Okay, we are now live.
Welcome to those back watching. My name is Councillor Martin Goddard. I'm the chairman of this licensing subcommittee. This meeting has been reconvened from earlier following our deliberations in order to make a decision in public on the following matter submitted to the council, that being Just Pizza Plus. Considerations. The subcommittee has considered all relevant evidence made available to it, and in doing so has taken into account the licensing objectives, the Licensing Act 2003, and Hillingdon's licensing policy and statutory guidance. In reaching their decision, the subcommittee has paid particular attention to paragraphs of the Licensing Objectives Licensing Act 2003, Hillingdon's licensing policy, paragraphs 2.5, 9.1 and 9.7, guidance issued by the Secretary of State under section 182 of the Licensing Act, in particular paragraphs 8.48, 9.38, 9.42 to 9.44 and 14.19. The decision of the subcommittee is to refuse the application for a premises license for the following reasons. 1, non-compliance with the Licensing Act 2003 and the Health Protection Coronavirus Restrictions No. 2 England Amendment No. 5 Regulations 2020. The subcommittee had material concerns about the clear breach of both pieces of legislation and placed significant weight on the applicant's continued non-compliance despite being made aware of their transgressions by the licensing authority. The subcommittee were of the view that this disregard of the law demonstrates that the applicant is unsuitable to hold a license. 2, public nuisance. Whilst the subcommittee heard oral submissions relating to public nuisance from both the applicant and the ward councillor, the subcommittee were not conclusively persuaded either way, given the conflicting evidence presented by both parties. The subcommittee considered that the business had been operating since 2013 without complaint. However, on balance, considered that the late submission of representations in the form of residence letters and objections inadmissible. 3, management of the premises. The subcommittee felt that the applicant in his submissions did not provide a clear plan or understanding of licensing objectives, and therefore did not instill any confidence as to how he was going to operate the business in observance of those objectives. The applicant was unable to sufficiently make clear in the application and in his representations the key elements of how the premises was intended to be run on a day-to-day basis and how the operation would uphold and promote the licensing objectives. Right of appeal. The relevant applicant for the business license, the premises license, or any other person who made relevant representations to the application may appeal against the council's decision to the Justice's Clerk at the Uxbridge Magistrates Court. Such an appeal may be brought within 21 days of receipt of this notice of decision. No decision made by the council will have effect during this time period within which an appeal can be brought, until such time that any appeal has been determined or abandoned. The subcommittee advises as a comfort to residents and a warning to the licensee that the license may be reviewed and could be potentially revoked if license conditions are not adhered to and or if the premises are managed in a manner which does not uphold the licensing objectives.